In this video, I will show you how to raise up your walls of your cafe and add windows and doors. Use the push-pull tool, hover over a wall until you know it's selected, raise it up. Now as you can see, it's kind of getting locked on the height of the benches there. So I'm just going to take a note of how high I've gone up, which is 700. Because I want my walls to be 2400 high. So if I take 700 from 2400, I end up with 1700. So then I've got to go to there, then I've got to go up another 1700. There we go. Do the same thing on this side. So we want our walls to be 2400 high. If you want to check them, use the measuring tape. Great, 2400, perfect. You can actually, okay. This one's going to go straight up, so 2400. And then this one here, 2400. Nope, that one's getting locked there again, so I've got to go up another, oops. Be very careful when you're raising the walls up, as things can get very glitchy. It's getting locked on the height of the bench, so just need to go up another 1700 to make it 2400, if that makes sense. Okay, so now I have all my walls. A couple of little things might turn up, say these, if you can have a look in here, because I had benches there, I've now got these little extra lines. If you carefully want to erase any little extra lines that you don't need, just go around your model and have a look. But what you want to make sure you're doing is that you're rotating around and making sure nothing's getting deleted from the other side. So just where you had benches, just pays to keep your model nice and clean and erase out, whoops, made a little mistake there, to rotate out around a bit more. Use the eraser, carefully erase out any extra little lines that are going to make your model look messy. I want it to be really nice and clean. Once you're at this point, we can then go in and add colour and texture to the walls. Don't worry about windows at this point, we will be putting them in. You can leave your walls white if you like. You can add a wood grain texture. You could add brickwork. Anything you like. I actually really like that. No. So this will take a little bit of time. Once you've used the paint bucket tool to add colours and textures to all of your walls, What we're going to do now is add in windows, and I'll show you how to do that. Rotate around to the first wall where you want to place in a window. We want to use the measuring tape because we really want to ensure that the windows are evenly spaced around a building, not all placed everywhere. I'm going to place one on this wall. It's going to be a long, skinny, modern window. I'm using my measuring tape to mark in the measurements for it. Thinking about your window placement is a really important factor of building design. So the first thing you do is you put in your guides and then you draw a rectangle. We're going to push that rectangle through, and as we do, we are going to, using the push-pull tool, we are going to type in the actual width of the wall, which is 200 mil. And that should actually go through and actually disappear because we've pushed it through the width of the wall. The next thing we're going to do is draw a rectangle over the top. And then we're going to push that rectangle in half the width of the wall, which is 100. We are then going to get the paint bucket tool and we're going to find a glass texture. Where my materials have all gone. There we go. So I can see through it and it looks really effective. Now if you want to, you could actually draw a rectangle around the outside of that and put in a window frame. I'll show you quickly how you can do that. You can use the offset tool. Well, that didn't really work. So when you can actually just draw a rectangle over the top like that and use the push-pull tool to extrude that out in that way. But I don't want my windows to look like that. It's going to delete those guides. I'm going to rotate around and do all of my other windows. So use your measuring tape to type in your guides. Thinking about how to make everything look pleasing and even to the eye. If that's the look you're going for. We draw a rectangle. We push that rectangle in using the push-pull tool, typing in the width of the wall, which is 200 mil. We then draw another rectangle. Push it in halfway, type it in, and fill it with a glass texture.